guys, I'm back again and I have for you today a review of The Tattoo Artist. Okay, I took the time yesterday to read The Tattoo Artist, so I knocked it out in one day because I said, let me just get this over with. Since I have my book club meeting on Saturday, this is the third book from my book club list. And I've never read anything by Jill Simon or Cement before. So this book is pitched as a book that talks about a woman who spends 30 some odd years over on an island in the South Pacific. And then after these 30 years have passed, she goes back to the US and you see her reintegrate into society. Okay. Now, the story is told in three parts. First part of the story is about Sarah and her husband Philip and how they're living. I think this is in the 20s, so there's a lot of communist sympathizers, and not only that, but there's a lot of wild parties and people that are creating art, and avant-garde art is very big. Okay, so we see them live through that period, and we see how they meet and how they get close. Second part of the book is around life on this island in the South Pacific with these indigenous people. Third part of the book is Sarah going back to New York and reintegrating, normal life. Now, the thing is, the first part of the book, which evidently is needed to make a full circle of the story, is needed, but I think it's too long. We spend too much time with them in that period, and so things are a little off. The middle was fine. The end was too short. So you got a long beginning and a short ending. And not only that, you have an ending that isn't a real ending. It's like one of those sappy, I don't know how to end my book kind of endings that I hate the passion. So that was another thing against it. The first part of the book, which I found was a problem for me, was that I felt like I had fallen into someone's personal conversation, or like two people talking, and I walked into the room and interrupted their conversation, and they were not particularly willing to fill me in on on what's really going on. So I didn't feel like I was getting what I should have been getting. So I didn't feel any connection to Sarah and Philip, didn't care what happened to them, but I read the story. The things that Jill Cement does the best is she gets into to depth around the meaning of tattoos and why indigenous people, why tattoos are important to them. She gets very deep into that, and that part is very interesting. That's probably the most interesting part about the entire book. If you're the kind of person who doesn't like tattoos, is not into tattoos, I would say skip this one, because that's pretty much what it's about. Spend a lot of time on the island in the South Pacific, learning and understanding the ways of these people. Now, as much as I've said you learn about these people and why they do what they do, you only learn about these people mostly from the aspect of the tattoos, not so much from the rest. Okay. And another thing is, you're on this island, so you're supposed to be on this island for 30 some odd years. She never once really describes the island fully. So as you're reading along, you can never really imagine what this island looks like. And please don't tell me all islands look alike, because they don't, okay? Yeah, you don't really get a sense of it. Like when I read, for example, The Count of Monte Cristo, The island is very well described. You can imagine this island. And the one in The Tattoo Artist wasn't really described. Only the beach scenes were very clear as a beach. The scenes when they're in the village seem to be clear as a village, and even then not totally clear, because when they said they walked from the village to the beach or vice versa, I couldn't even really imagine exactly, what it was. So that's all I have for you today. Unfortunately, this was a no for me. I gave it 2 stars. If you've read this book and you really liked it or didn't like it or whatever, you want to make some comments about it, let's talk about it below. And if anybody has read any other book by this author, Jill Cement, please let me know below if I should check out something else. Yeah, a little disappointed with this one. I just expected so much more, but anyway. Okay.